Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show, in Thailand, Citi is collaborating with the DaAi Foundation in holding winter aid distributions to help the needy. In China, Citi Seeds of Love is blossoming in Guizhou as local residents join the volunteers' ranks to make a difference. And we meet Dian Junhong in Taiwan's Pingdong, who despite being born poor-sighted is a top achiever in school. First up in Thailand, Citi volunteers carried out winter aid distributions in the northeast Buen Kham province in partnership with the DaAi Foundation to help 500 poor families. The aid packs included Citi's eco-friendly blankets, second-hand clothing, 5 kilo bags of rice and snacks for the children.
Neatly dressed and quietly awaiting the beginning of the distribution, these are the staff members of Seka Hospital, most of which are from underprivileged households. The Thailand City chapter joined up with the DaAi Foundation to carry out a winter aid distribution for 500 families in Buen Kham in northeastern Thailand. The distribution took place at 4 different sites over 2 days. Here, students of the Nun Sumran Thai Yangrian School are waiting at the Tumpa Puwa Temple and are in sincere prayer. The low temperatures in the morning and evenings make Citi's eco blankets more precious than ever.
Thank you for helping us students and providing warm blankets for our villagers. We are all very happy.
Although life is difficult for many living in the mountains, villagers appreciate the volunteers' love, as they know volunteers had to travel more than 700 kilometers from Bangkok to get here.
Although you are not from here, you Citi volunteers are filled with love and willing to care for us. I am so happy to receive these supplies today.
No matter the destination, Thailand Citi volunteers' love will always extend there, as their footprints will never falter, no matter how tough the road ahead may be.
On January 27th, Hong Kong Citi volunteers organized a reunion banquet at the Hong Kong Citi chapter for care recipients in celebration of the upcoming Chinese New Year. Let's take a look.
Citi volunteers assist 87-year-old Grandma Liang upon arrival, and in her hand is her bamboo coin bank.
I am illiterate, so I'm not good at saying things. I just know if people are in need, we should help them.
Among the participants is Miss Chen and her son, who suffers from autism. In the past, Miss Chen experienced setbacks in the process of educating her son. Fortunately, the encouragement of Citi volunteers helped the mother-son relationship improve over time.
He used to throw tantrums, but since Citi volunteers started caring for him, he is more obedient now. Citi helped me a lot.
As the Chinese New Year is fast approaching, Citi volunteers not only invited care recipients to join in the celebration, but also handed out blessing and wisdom red envelopes so they may take the joys of New Year home with them as well.
In California of the United States, Los Angeles used to have the second highest number of homeless people in the nation. Thankfully, after Citi volunteers started caring for these less fortunate people, other organizations and government also stepped in to help. Today, with fewer homeless people in the city, volunteers decided to shift their focus to help the needy in El Monte.
Amigo. Hi, my friend.
Handing out things to the Africans while greeting the homeless like old friends. For the past 11 years, Los Angeles Citi volunteers have provided hot meals for the homeless here.
I'm impressed with all the stuff people do here, how much they take out of their own time, they give everything, they make everything, and go down there and take care of all these people that have no other means.
Los Angeles used to have the second highest number of homeless, but seeing Citi's good work in helping these less fortunate people, other charity organizations and the government have stepped in to address this problem. As the number of the homeless lessens, volunteers decided to shift their focus to other areas.
I have faced many different challenges over the past 11 years, but I've learned a lot from the people I've met. They thought I was more understanding. I believe there is still room for improvement after we switch to another location.
To continue their effort in helping those in need, the volunteers' journey doesn't stop here. Next, the volunteers will be heading to the Mohall Elementary School in El Monte to distribute hot meals to the homeless there.
Moving to China in today's report on spreading love in Guizhou, Tzu Chi's 15 years of charity work in the nation's poorest province has inspired local residents from all walks of life to join the volunteers in reaching out to those in need. Let's hear their stories.
Here in Guizhou, China, Tzu Chi volunteers take careful steps as they cross a stream to visit recipients. Luo Dianbingkang Hospital Superintendent Yang Changjin is very familiar with the local residents' aches and pains. In 2012, Yang visited Taiwan to attend a Tima medical conference, which reaffirmed her determination to continue on the Bodhisattva path. Yang's mother-in-law is severely ill at home. However, her family supports her devotion to these winter aid distributions.
Taiwan is so far from Guizhou, yet volunteers are here giving to those in need in Luodian County. So as a local resident, I should do my part to volunteer as well. I vow to walk the Tzu Chi path for the rest of my life.
Bang Yin's family of 3 gets by on her meager income, and she's able to join the Luodian aid distribution because of the financial assistance from another local volunteer.
These residents are impoverished. Compared to them, my salary of 1,000 is plenty of money. When I see them, I feel blessed.
Tzu Chi volunteers have been in Guizhou for the past 15 years, and since the year 2007, local volunteers have also begun to join the ranks. Duan Fengchun was one of the first local volunteers, and to this day, she continues to contribute at every aid distribution.
I saw with my own eyes how Tzu Chi helps needy people by building DaAi villages and housing. This has been a great motivation for me, and from it, I have learned that we gain after giving.
Every Friday, Duan hosts a study group at her house, interacting with her community and inviting people to learn more about Tzu Chi. Last year, Duan joined the training program to become certified as a Tzu Chi volunteer. However, she knows that her responsibilities will only get more heavy.
I knew that I wasn't ready yet. I haven't done enough. So when a Kunming volunteer asked me to join her, I told her that I'm not qualified yet. I want to prepare 1 more year and try to go to Taiwan in 2013.
Among the local volunteers is also Yao Su-yi, who has spread the Dharma to her mother. Yao's mother will now copy out Jingsi aphorisms daily and in the process gain wisdom in doing so.
There are many ideas that I feel inspires my spiritual being, so after I read the book, I'm more careful in my actions. I often say to others that I just follow what the master says. This is why I'm especially devoted towards her.
As Tzu Chi continues to plant seeds of kindness, many local residents take the opportunity to get to know the Buddhist NGO.
I know about the 8 petals of love. I know that kindness knows no enemy and wisdom breeds no worry. I'm familiar with Master Zheng Yan's words, so I wanted to come here today to get to know Tzu Chi, to feel the great love, and to experience traditional Taiwanese culture.
After I've met Tzu Chi, I felt one recurring theme, and that is love. Although my abilities are limited, but I will try my best, and just like the other person said, I will work to the best of my abilities. I will go with the volunteers to Luodian to help and then eventually make my way to Taiwan.
Effectiveness comes not from their numbers, but in the deep compassion that can be found in the hearts of the local volunteers as they continue to spread the seeds of kindness in their hometown.
With Chinese New Year just a few days away, the Taiwan Aftercare Association's Taichung branch held a banquet for former inmates and their families in hopes of encouraging them to start life anew.
This is former inmate Shun Ge, who makes a living by running a small business.
Right now, life is harder, but it is better to be down to earth. I don't have to worry about my safety anymore.
Shun Ge's wife passed away very young and left him with 6 daughters to care for. In order to make a quick buck, Shun decided to sell untaxed cigarettes. However, this led him to 2 years of jail time.
It was very lonely to live without my children, and there was a lot of pressure on me.
2 years of jail time have changed Shun Ge's life completely. Learning from his mistake, Shun now makes a living by running a small business with his daughter.
I hope he can work hard and not think too much because we are older now.
As Lunar New Year is just around the corner, Taiwan Aftercare Association held a banquet and invited former inmates and their families to attend.
We want them to feel that the society cares for them.
With love, everyone hopes to accompany these former inmates in embracing their new lives.
To help senior residents living in solitude get ready for the Lunar New Year, a group of university students from the Chongde Culture and Education Foundation used their winter break and joined the staff at Taipei's Department of Environmental Protection to assist these elderly people in cleaning up their homes.
Today, along with university students, staff from the Department of Environmental Protection are here to advise the senior on the importance of keeping a clean living environment. 86 years old senior Lin has been living in solitude after her husband passed away and makes a living by collecting recyclables. However, with old age and hand injuries, the senior can no longer sort her recyclables. Luckily, 6 university students decided to help.
As Chinese New Year approaches, many have started cleaning up their home, but no one is helping the seniors and they really need our help.
I
don't have a lot of strength in my hands. This part is really sore when the weather is not that great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to this group of university students, the senior's home is clean and tidy once again. And with a clean home, the senior is ready to celebrate the upcoming Lunar New Year.
In today's feature report on Reading for Love, we meet Jian Junhong in Pingdong's Xingyuan Elementary School, who was born with a moderate visual impairment condition. Fortunately, with help from his mother, teachers and classmates, Junhong is a top achiever in school. Then nevertheless, the journey hasn't been easy as it took Junhong's mother 2 years to apply for a magnifier to help her son in his studies. Junhong's case goes to show that, in fact, with the right aid and resources, children with amblyopia can lead a normal life. Despite her poor vision, Jian Junhong's mother is taking him to school on her bicycle.
He wants to grow up quickly because he said he wants to be as tall as his father.
Today is the day of the final exam. Though wearing glasses already, Junhong still has to look closely to read. Even a little further away, the words become blurry.
Around Junhong's neck, there's a large swollen lump. Later, when I asked his mom, she said because of Junhong's poor eyesight, when he reads, he almost needs to stick his face in the book to read.
To help Junhong, his teacher prints a large copy of the exam and also writes with a large font. However, it is difficult to find a tailored desk and chair for the boy.
When we visited the special education center, we found that the desks and chairs there were only made for students with cerebral palsy, not for ones with poor vision, so it can't be adjusted according to the person's needs.
Amblyopia is the vision deficiency that is preventing Junhong from learning properly, yet it doesn't stop him from forming good affinities with his classmates.
我那个超人都不知道，如果看不到我先超人，然后再上电脑课的时候，俊宏他看不到电脑荧幕，我会帮他操控。然后他上音乐课，然后老师抄音符，他看不到，我会先抄完，然后给他看。
In the eyes of Junhong's classmates, he may have special needs, but he's not all that different.
When I'm feeling sad, Junhong comes to chat to me and tells me it's alright.
The individual differences may not be obvious. Nevertheless, the lack of resources in remote areas for students with special needs is a challenge Junhong needed to overcome.
What Junhong needs is, for example, technical guidance specifically designed for those with poor vision to help him learn, or information for teachers and parents in regards to teaching children with amblyopia.
This semester, as there is only one teacher assigned to North Pingdong to help students with poor vision, Junhong is left without any support or help. The lack of teachers and educational resources in rural areas is a cruel reality for many.
I don't think Junhong needs to go to a special class because he is doing fine at the moment. He just needs tools to assist him in reading.
Junhong's mother looked for resources everywhere to ensure her son can remain in a regular school. But it hasn't been easy, as it took her nearly 2 years to apply for a magnifier.
I called the social affairs staff to apply for a magnifier, and the staff there asked me to call the township office. When I called the township office to apply for the machine, they didn't know what it was.
The certificates on the wall are proof of Junhong's hard work.
While other students take half an hour, Junhong will take 2 hours to study. In our society, people won't treat you better because you are visually impaired, so we have to overcome the challenges ourselves.
My mom also has a low vision condition. She has poorer eyesight than me. Despite that, she once told me that knowledge is power.
No matter how blurry the road ahead may be, Junhong's mother will never give up in helping her son move forward in life. Back to China, Tzu Chi volunteers recently visited the Suzhou University-affiliated Children's Hospital, where they donated books to create a small library at the hospital. As well, a few volunteers also dressed up as well-loved cartoon figures to hand out toys and stationery to the children there. Although connected to an IV, this child is still quick to smile when approached by Winnie the Pooh and Rilakkuma. Most of these children need to stay at the hospital for weeks, which means that they have no space to run around in and are unable to go to school.
Many of these school-aged children are forced to discontinue their education. So in addition to visiting them, we also try to put together a library on their behalf. Many sectors of society joined in to help. Several companies donated crayons, and a few of our volunteers donated coloring books. By bringing together everyone's love, we were able to ensure the project was a success.
In special visits to the Suzhou University-affiliated Children's Hospital, in addition to creating an on-site library for patients, 2 of the volunteers also dressed up as well-loved cartoon figures to hand out gifts to the children.
I believe that this visit has made the children very happy and has made their life here more full. Only being able to watch programs on the computer and play ball games, I'm sure that the children are very bored and lonely.
好热，好开心，好热，好热情。
Although sweating inside their suits, the volunteers continue their rounds to deliver love and smiles to all the children here.
我会加油，宝宝，你说我会加油，我会努力，我会加油，你说。哦，好棒哦！
In Taiwan, the 21st Annual Taipei International Book Exhibition kicked off on January 30th and will run until February 4th at the Taipei World Trade Center. Both Rhythms Monthly and Jingsi Publications had set up stores at the fair in which visitors young and old had the chance to enjoy the wide range of publications offered. As well, at each of the booths, volunteers set up bread stations so visitors could take their time to soak up the city spirit.
The imposing front of the Rhythm Monthly booth here at the Taipei Book Fair attracts its fair share of visitors. On site, a volunteer, herself a regular reader of the magazine, shows visitors around.
Regarding this magazine, from what I have seen over the years, I believe that both in Taiwan or overseas, the environment is like what Master Zheng Yan often says, being destroyed, especially when we talk about climate change. However, after reading Rhythm Monthly, we will know how to better protect the earth.
Introducing a wide range of topics, from foreign cultures and customs to Taiwan-focused stories, the publications are not only aimed at adults, but children as well.
I'm always looking for books that will get them to read more and understand more, as well as books that they will like. I think books that deal with real people or real events will give them a more truthful feeling of the world and will have a deeper influence.
In addition to offering a wide selection of books, volunteers have set up a rest area where visitors can browse books to their heart's content.
25-year-old Karisna from Butterworth, Malaysia, suffered head injuries in 2010, which have left him in a vegetative state since. As the cost of medical supplies is high, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to help his family subsidize the expense. Having received Tzu Chi support, Karisna's family also hopes to pay the love forward by giving a little each day.
Love is unconditional and selfless. This is indeed so for Tzu Chi care recipient Karisna's family.
He can't move, but it's okay. All that matters is that he's still alive.
In Butterworth, Malaysia, 25-year-old Karisna suffered injuries to his right side of his brain in 2010, which left him in a vegetative state.
He's my sister's child. I watch him since he was little and I adore him. It's up to us to take care of him now.
Although doing the same actions every day, Karisna's family are meticulous in every detail. However, what worries them the most is the expensive cost of medical supplies. Hoping to safeguard this family, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to subsidize the expense.
When I saw Krishna's mother and aunt care for him so meticulously, it made me realize that doing good deeds and fulfilling filial duties cannot wait, so I should use the body my parents gave me to do good.
I see Tzu Chi helping so many people. I also want to join them, so I give a little each time.
Extending the love for her child to others, Karisna's mother hopes to safeguard other families in need as well.
We go to the United States at the end of today's program to introduce Tzu Chi to the Chinese community. The Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters held the first year-end blessing ceremony in Cantonese at the El Monte Liaison Office in California. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.